goes on and on and on.
Oh, yes, as Bobby started singing, I thought that was going to be our thing, but it was not it. Hello, everyone. Yes, there's some kind of problem with your thing here, but now we're good. Why is it doing that all day? Something with your stream thing. But everyone else that's here, hola, mi amigos. That's Spanish for hola, mi amigos. It's Monday. Ay, 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 ay. What's going on, Bobby? How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you? Getting ready for a
Good.
big show tonight at the Stand. Kish, get in your car and start driving. 10:15 spot.
Kish on a 10:15 spot? I haven't seen Kish do 5 in a while. Forever.
I hear it keeps it real tight.
Nice. Like his butt. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Happy Monday, everybody. Butthole jokes on the POS show.
Why not start off with some butt cheek stuff? Why not? Let's go. I got this, and then I got to go record it. I mean, I have to go be live for 5 days somehow right after this.
Yeah. It's weird how it starts at the before this show starts and ends after this show ends on Friday, I noticed.
Someone messaged me today and was like, I posted something about me being on the air a lot this week. I have a lot of radio and this, and I posted about our podcast and then what the shifts I'm doing for the Fox. And someone goes, I think you made a mistake because you're in 2 places at once. I go, yeah,
I'm Hermione Granger, bitch. Time doesn't matter in this dimension.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going today to go record my Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday shift for Fox. So I can get that out of the fucking way in my life. Oh, yeah. Sunday, I was so tired this morning, and I got messaged by somebody like Brian Routh for the last comic standing contest. He's like, hey, can you do Sunday night? I'm like, yeah, of course. I've been thinking. And I looked at my schedule. I'm like, oh, wait. We know it's called recording the shows at the station. Just making a joke, Ricky. Yeah, I know you've been there twice and you delivered a fucking sandwich. Who cares? Most people don't know that, Ricky. I know you're involved in that, but most people do laugh at the fact that it's not live. Most people are very shocked that radio isn't live all the time. But I got messaged by Ryan, and I'm like, yeah, I can do it. And I look at my schedule. I'm working at my day job from 5:30 to 2:30, and then at 3, I have to be on the radio, and then I have to be at the William Sun by 7:45, 8 o'clock, and I can pull it all off. But it's gonna be a fun day, Sunday. Boom, boom, boom. 3 jobs, Jones. I'm Jamaican.
It's got to be nice to not drink anymore and to have a little more energy all the time. Like, I feel like if you did drink, there are people who just couldn't handle the schedule load you're willing to take on.
Yeah, because I'm not doing anything. The day job I am.
That's
stand up. How many drunks do we do? Guys on cocaine doing stand up. I mean, once you program your brain to what you're doing, you can do that. I've watched really fucked up people do that. And be a DJ on the radio nowadays, where you got to make sure you hit the button 4 times. Yeah. The problem is I'm doing a job during the day where I'm moving constantly, and then I'm doing 2 jobs where I sit still. That kills me. Like, it's because they just like that energy suck, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to ride the levels of super high energy to super low energy to super high energy.
I've never had any of them. I've had mediocre energy and then melancholy energy. I think that's the 2 M&Ms.
And resting angry energy, people say.
Yes.
You bring joy every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and sometimes Fridays.
Yeah. Sometimes people say I have resting bitch face, and I'm like, no, I have resting basset hound face. These are like,
say meow.
Ricky's just, I don't try to one up us. I don't know. You ain't doing shit right now, Ricky.
Ricky, I need a job. It sounds like you have too many.
I literally got home and I went right on here, and then someone's like, I'm doing more than you. Okay. I don't know. I'm fucking doing a lot right now. All right, you just made burgers. That sounds like a code for taking a shit in your pants.
I made burgers earlier then.
I made Benitos.
I just made some burgers.
I haven't been eating all fucking day. I'm not even see. There you go. That's his restaurant. So we love you, Ricky. I'm just busting your balls. It's fun to joke with people that can take a joke. So we're waiting for people to jump in today. So far it's just Ricky. It did say, Bobby, just so you know, it did say your your
Twitter's
your
messed
Twitter
up.
thing's having an issue. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's all
I
right.
saw
But your
Instagram is going.
Instagram's on fire.
Bang,
I'm
bang,
getting
bang, bang, bang.
notifications out the yang yang. So should we just start with the thing that everyone knows we have to start with, even though we missed it over the weekend?
What was that?
I mean, come on, dope, dude. Trump.
So, yeah, no, I know. Can I tell you my perspective, my where were you when the world stopped turning that day version real quick?
Sure.
I had a show at a trailer park. And now sometimes I perform at places that are
Now,
nice
in Pennsylvania,
in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
and this happened in Pennsylvania too.
Somebody called to ask. I was pretty far away. But what's crazy is like some places I perform where you can drive your it just killed Pat.
I don't know what that caught me off guard. You're like, I was pretty far. I'm like, why would it be you?
Somebody was like, "Hey, where were you?" I was like, 3 hours away.
Oh God, that caught me off guard.
Some places I perform are like you drive your camper up and it's a beautiful state park and they just put something on for the people there. This was a trailer park and trailer park people were there and I love it. They're my folk. Like you've seen my comedy. They enjoy what I have to say. I have to stop some of the spelling jokes because they just couldn't spell. But my dad texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm driving by. You want me to stop and see the show?" And I was like, "Probably not." And he was like, "Why?" I was like, Dad, I know you're like the doctor version of Monk where you don't like germs and you don't like unclean things. This is not your cup of tea. And he was like, "I'll come see it." So my dad came and then I'm convinced he came just so he had an alibi.
Why would it be you or your dad? You guys aren't shooters.
Delusions of grandeur. But I did joke by going,
Oh,
I'm going to start with a 9/11 joke. And he went, "No, you aren't. Please don't." And I did start with a 9/11 joke and those people loved it. So it was great. But yeah, then he called me on the way back and was like, "Dude, we were each other's alibi for a shooting." And I was like, "Why would they care about us?" And he was like, "I don't know. I just figured I'd make conversation." And I was like, "Well, Dad, we talked for an hour."
now do you think he because he didn't die? This isn't a tragedy. It's an event. It's a moment in history, but it's not a tragedy. So if he got killed, then this would be the thing that happens now, where you could go, okay, now I can shit on 9/11. COVID was kind of that,
A little
but it
bit.
wasn't like it was more like that was a pandemic. Doesn't really outdo an attack. I think you need another attack to outdo the attack. So I think if he got killed, then you could just free reign 9/11.
Fair, very fair. Like it is said that somebody died, like the bystander died. So I don't think
Yeah.
but it's not the level enough to overshadow like
It had to be Trump or nobody else. Unfortunately, for me to make a 9/11 joke, I can now make like 3 more age jokes because that guy died.
Exactly. And the fact that Magic Johnson survived it allows me to dance around that very beautifully.
I wonder if anyone's ever thought about where Magic Johnson was during JFK's assassination because they called it the magic bullet. And that would make sense. You know what I mean? No one's ever really put that together. I'm not saying I'm also the monk of things, but
that's pretty fucking brilliant, dude. And here I was thinking it was weird that former director of the CIA, George Herbert Walker Bush, was an hour away and called in to report his location for no real known reason to mankind. I thought that was weird, but you nailed it with Magic Johnson.
Yeah. Fuck. Yep. Either way, they both have AIDS.
AIDS. You've got
ladies and gentlemen, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah. So you had that going on. Where was I when that happened? I found out I was working at my day job where I was dealing with dementia people, and I didn't know it was happening. I was in the hospital, and they brought everyone into the dining area to put on the TV, and a nurse said, "We have to sit the people down because the orange man got the shot." That's how I heard it. Went, holy shit! Does that mean Trump? They were watching Toy Story 3. Not kidding. And I'm like, is there an orange guy in this? Is that the Potato Man? I don't think he gets shot. I don't know this version. They turned it on, and that's what I saw. And all that shit. And I'm like, okay.
Fight.
Right.
And
now all I've seen is the many men, 8 million videos of many men with Trump's head on fucking 50's body. I wonder if 50's psyched about that.
50 came out on stage and sang that song with that picture behind him.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw the video.
Huge. I hope he gets elected VP. Can you imagine a Trump Jackson ticket? They both come out in bulletproofs. Trump's first speech is just G unit.
I don't know if it'll be like it was a good unit. It wasn't a G unit. It was like an L unit. It wasn't as big a unit as you would think.
It was like a Q unit, one of those LGBTQ units.
Well, Mr. Trump there, former President Trump, he's Mr. Also no days off because today he announced his vice president. So he doesn't even care if he gets shot in the air. He's naming his vice president. Trump names Ohio Senator J.D. Vance his 2024 VP pick. Former President Donald Trump has chosen freshman Ohio Senator J.D. Vance to serve as his number 2 in his bid to return to the White House, ending months of speculation about who he would choose. Trump world insiders have long said the 78-year-old would choose somebody based on loyalty and someone who would complement his strong personality but not overshadow him, raise money, and be ready to serve. The decision comes on the first day of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and comes 2 days after a gunman shot Trump in the upper ear at a Pennsylvania rally. The shooter, 20-year-old Thomas Crooks, nearly missed Trump's head and fatally shot one attendee in the crowd. Which, by the way, no jokes about that. R.I.P., man. That fucking sucks. You were just there supporting somebody that you believed in, and then it sucks. Hopefully your name gets remembered. Hopefully it doesn't get used in weird political things. It just gets remembered as a person who died, obviously supporting someone that they believe could do something good. Trump had teased his VP pick over the course of his campaign, first claiming he had chosen his running mate, but refusing to disclose any details. Their commander-in-chief praised the wide range of candidates through the months and kept several close allies close, keeping the final choice a mystery until the final moments. The first clues came in February when Trump confirmed during a Fox News town hall that he was thinking about several possibilities. They named them all off. I don't give a shit. Nearly all the options on the short list had expressed openness in taking the position other than DeSantis, who said he would not be doing that one day after Trump's declaration. I remember saying, no thanks. Thanks, but I'm going to do my Florida. I'm going to make sure girls can't make money in strip clubs in Florida. I will see you later. As the race went on, some new candidates rose to the top, while others were almost surely taken out of the running. Sources close to the Trump campaign told the Post that Noam had tanked her chances after writing about killing her dog in her memoir. Which I think, whatever. I mean, it wasn't she had to deal with in life. It's so funny what changes people's minds on things. And it goes on
here, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Like weeks and weeks ago. But when that book came out, people were saying it was an issue. The candidates still more. But yeah, this seems to be a decent pick. He's a young guy. He'll be alive if Trump dies. That's a big thing because Biden right now has got somebody that's also old, not super old, but whatever. Who is the piece of shit in this story? Is Donald Trump for not taking a couple fucking days off, dude? You got shot in the ear. We got it. You're badass, whatever. And I'm not playing the whole conspiracy game that everybody's been playing. I'm not going to be doing the whole, oh my God, I think that the conservatives set this up or Trump's people did fake it. They wouldn't kill a guy. And the Democrats didn't set this up to kill him. I'll get into a minute why I think what happened and how fucking mad I am about that. But that'll be my piece of shit point. But is it Trump for not taking any days off and taking a breath, whatever, and then making this? He might have already had a decision, but I kind of respect the fact that he did this like, hey, business as usual, but almost maybe he should have sat in this a little more for just gaining that approval rating before doing something that could hurt approval rating if people don't like the vice president choice. You know what I mean? So should he have waited a couple more days? Is it advanced for being just a loyal fucking young bitch that can raise money? Because that's basically what they said it was. This guy, I want a vice president with initials. I like that. Use your name, stupid. You're fucking going to be vice president. We can't have a president JP. You know what I mean? We can't. No. We need a name. But I don't know what it is.
Donald.
But I don't want it. I don't like it. But is it the people that didn't get to make it as vice president, the ones that said they didn't want to be it anyway. Yeah, you did. You all wanted. You just knew you were going to get picked. Shut up. Lady who shot her dog in the book, you wanted that shit. DeSantis, you're never going to be president. You wanted that shit. Is it, or is it the ones that had a chance of making it but didn't step it up, weren't loyal enough? It's like the mob when it comes to Trump. Who's a piece of shit in this story?
So it's not Donald Trump, right? He has to choose a vice president at some point, and this assassination attempt, I think, just accelerated the whole process. Like they say, when you almost die, your life flashes in front of your eyes. I think the ending of his story was a bunch of other people claiming they were the next Trump and that Trump would want them to be the voice of the people. So he was like, shit, I got to choose my number two pretty quickly. It's not the dude from Ohio. JP's just doing his job. He's loyal to Trump. It worked well for him. He's good at raising money. It's a great way to make money. You know what I mean? Ohio's a mobbed up state. He knows how to play the game. It's not people who said they wouldn't. Like DeSantis still envisions himself being able to run. He's going to be the Hillary Clinton of the Republican Party, where years from now he's going to be trying to still run for president. Like it's my turn, and people are going to have long moved on. For me, the piece of shit in the story is probably Trump's people for letting him make this announcement this way. Tell him to give it a week. You call that guy personally, let him know. You know what I mean? Like he could start fundraising or do what he wants, but you give it a day or two, and then you still make it look like, hey, even though he got shot, we're sticking to our announcement campaign. Now, if it was out there that he was going to announce his VP today, then the piece of shit's no one. He's just doing what he said he was going to do. I like a president that's business as usual. Obviously, the clip's going around a million times. Have you seen the one of Reagan? Where it's like you missed when the balloon pops at the next ceremony after his assassination. Like that's what Trump is, and that's what people love. God love him. And honestly, I think this is a time for all of the Americans to go, wait a second, let's take a step back and see how excited we're able to get over politics. Like we got so excited over the ability to vote for who gets to be president that we're willing to kill somebody, and an innocent bystander too. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you even did what you set out to. It's just tragic that we as a people have let it get to this point. Like when the Constitution was originally written, we didn't get to vote for the president for a reason because it was out of our hands. We shouldn't be fighting with our neighbors. Like it's time for us to come together as one and start learning how to take that out on other countries. Let's go back to neo-colonialism, neo-imperialism.
Yeah, I know that they had said, I mean, it wasn't official, but I think he was going to actually announce it at the speech in Pennsylvania. I think he was going to before bow, bow, bow. So, you know what I mean? So, because of that, I think he just kind of said, fuck it, let's just get this out of the way. I bet you he doesn't want anyone to talk about it. Trump is, but you might think a lot of things about him. Trump doesn't want anyone's sympathy ever. If anything, to a point, like he says all the fucking wrong shit usually because he doesn't want you to ever feel bad for him. You know, he could. You know how many fucking people, and I'm not trying to defend Trump or be a Trump guy or whatever like that. But when Trump just had to like sit there in the whole, did you fuck us a porn star? Did you pay her for this? These other women, this and that. You know how many people would have gone with the I'm a sex addict, please forgive me, or I was alone and my wife was here? How many other politicians would have gone? He's like, I didn't fuck her, but if you say it, I did, whatever. Or just or other times too, it's like when they said, "Are you on Epstein Island?" We see you on the list for the plane. He's like, "Yeah, but I hung out with the help." Like he never says no to shit. He doesn't just go like, "Hey, I went there for fundraising. I didn't know that was going." There would have been so many other. Everyone else would have lied. Like this guy right now can't even just take a moment to be like, "Dude, I'm scared." Like that would have maybe made people almost like him more. Like because Trump doesn't feel like he's a person sometimes, and to be like, I get it. We're riling people up, but my God, and that leaves me. My piece of shit in this, in everything in the media in the last couple of years, is the fucking media, and I don't mean social media. I mean news media. I get it. When the internet got big, you forgot how to fucking do your job, and you forgot how to fucking write, and you forgot how to fucking sell papers. So you noticed that other people were getting clicks and views. And clicks and views were the only way to make money. And you became such fucking whores for this shit that you've spewed out all this fucking hate and poison into brains of mentally ill people. Mentally ill people love the internet. And I don't mean just like hi, but there's a lot of people who are addicted to the fucking internet. And they fucking, it's their only connection to life. And then when they feel like they're part of something, they feel wonderful. And they're becoming this people that now feel like they need to stop this bad man. Donald Trump and Joe Biden are not bad men. Nobody's a bad guy. You think what you want. We're overthinking this shit. There are people doing jobs. It's not supposed to be teams. It's not supposed to be life or death. We shouldn't be thinking about shooting somebody. But where are they getting? And I'm not saying the guy is like innocent and he's not responsible. Yeah, he's responsible. He shot his own shit. But okay, I know you don't want to write, but there's a thing. There's Homelander. There was a couple seasons where one guy was so fired up about defending one side of Homelander side that he went out and tried to kill people because he really they're building it like the conservatives and the liberals in the same way where the news is just not even the news anymore. It's just people speaking and this hate and putting it in their brains, and then these people hear this and they go, "I have to do something, or the country's not going to be here anymore." Cut the shit. Write a fucking paper. Do the news. Stop doing this. This isn't what the news was. It's not what our grandfathers or our parents dealt with. There wasn't, oh my God, this side, oh my God, inside scoop, juicy dirt. It's not the Inquirer for fucking politicians. Cover the stories, cover the fucking issues, and then let us make decisions. Like Bobby said before, but the mentally ills and the people that fucking just need a connection and need some kind of personality because they don't fucking have one, and their personality is if you like Trump, you better not fucking swipe right on my fucking dating app. Who gives a fuck? You want dick, right? Shut the fuck up. Stop media putting all this shit out there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I always like it used to be even though we found out a lot of the like legacy media people who we used to think were like the Walter Cronkites of the world. But it used to be they presented what occurred. There wasn't as much of a spin there, you know what I mean? And now it's literally like spin zone, spin zone. You have to unspin to just get the true story. And I hope,
Yeah.
like, unfortunately, AI is just going to make it worse. It's all programmed one way versus the other.
Yeah, but it's programmed that way because we set a precedent for it to be that way. So AI is going after what people want. And all we need to do is change that again. I know no one will. But like I just wish news places would just be news places again. I get it. Your job changed. Everyone's jobs changed with the internet. You adapt. You don't become whores and losers. But you're not fuck. There's no journalists. There's none. And I know people say, "Well, there's a couple here." Well, it's not working. Well, the two is not fucking working because no one's writing about issues. Even the things that they're writing about. No, this guy's covering Hamas. He's covering his opinion on Hamas. No one's just writing about it. No one's writing about what's happening in politics, what's happening with healthcare, what's happening with immigration. They're writing their opinions on that shit, and their opinions are forced one way because they know if they fucking get those right people sunk in, they'll share it, post it out there, and like it, and all that shit, and then they make their money off that shit. It's that the worst thing that ever happened to us is social fucking media. And I'm saying that while we're on a fucking YouTube channel fucking doing this, and I like the fact I can do this, but we're not supposed to all know what everybody's doing. We need time. We need to think and process. And we're not every 2 seconds, bang, 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 more fucking horse shit. So finally a guy grabs a gun and goes, "Privilege." Thank God he didn't watch shooting videos on YouTube or he would have got him.
And that's the real piece of shit. YouTube.
Shooting videos?
Yeah, shooting videos for teaching you how to be accurate.
Or my joke. Fuck you.
No, I like your joke.
What do you got? Some sweetness?
Let's make it a little less intense. An Algerian man missing for 26 years was found captive in his neighbor's cellar. Police say,
yeah,
right, like that's good news. They found him in his neighbor's. The police say that man, who first went missing in 1998, was held by a 61-year-old neighbor just a few minutes from his home. An Algerian man who went missing in 1998 during the country's civil war has been found alive in his neighbor's cellar 26 years later. The country's Ministry of Justice said on Tuesday that the man, identified alternatively as Omar bin Omran or Omar B., disappeared when he was 19 years old and was long ago assumed to have been either kidnapped or killed.
Sorry.
But he was found alive earlier this week at the age of 45 after being held captive by a neighbor in Sheepfold, hidden by haystacks just 200 meters from his old home in Jalfa, part of northern Algeria. The ministry said that an investigation into the heinous crime was ongoing and that the victim is receiving medical and psychological care. Police detained the alleged captor, a 61-year-old doorman, after he attempted to flee. The kidnapping was discovered after the suspect's brother posted revealing information on social media amid an alleged inheritance dispute between siblings. On 12 May at 8 p.m. local time, they found the victim, Omar bin Omran, aged 45, in the cellar of his neighbors, aged
What was
60.
his name?
Omar B is what we're going to call him. But it's
No,
Omar
he's
bin
Omar bin Omar.
Omran. It's like
Oh,
Omar bin Omran.
I thought it was Omar bin Omar. Like, I like that.
That'd be a great name. The victim's mother died in 2013 when the family still believed he was likely dead. Media outlets in Algeria reported that Omran told his rescuers he could sometimes see his family from afar, but that he felt incapable of calling out because of a spell his captor cast upon him. Ben Omran's discovery on Sunday solves a mystery that had lingered in his community since Algeria's bloody civil war. Relatives of war crimes are still seeking justice for their missing and dead loved ones. About 200,000 people were killed in the 1990s during the war, which pitted the government against Islamic fighters. That period is sometimes referred to as Algeria's Black Decade. As many as 20,000 people were believed to have been kidnapped over the course of the war, which ended in 2002. According to SOS Disparis, an Algerian association for those forcibly disappearing during the war, about 8,000 Algerians disappeared between 6 years alone. Pat, who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Omar B? Okay, yes, you got kidnapped. There was a civil war, but you saw your family and you didn't yell. Come on, dude. Like we all know Munchausen, but there's no Munchausen syndrome. Like, what did this dude do to you to convince you should stay there? You were 19 and young. Is it the family? You've been looking for 26 years. Don't think so. You don't look very hard. He's a block and a half away. Is it the guy who kidnapped him? I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures. Who, in the midst of a civil war pitting Islamist extremists against the government, wouldn't kidnap a 19-year-old young Algerian? Pat, who's your piece of shit?
Me for coming up with, oh, Ram, take a look at your life. Yes. It feels like it'd be a perfect song for his stupid life because he got kidnapped at 19. It's not. It's not the family for not finding him because that happens all the time. Like we always hear about like you just think farther away. You're like, there's no way our neighborhood, even if you don't know it that well, that he'd be there. You would think like, oh, we find him there, so you don't look in those spots. And it's just one of those things where just the guy who lives close by would know their moments, their motions, I mean, their movements, stuff like that, knowing when they couldn't see things, how to hide that because he's around enough. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, yeah. I mean, they say most car accidents happen right outside the house. You know, it's like because people get very close and forget. Once you're close to home, you don't think about problems, and you're like, oh, those problems are out there. So, or my kidnapped son or father or whatever the fuck he is out there and shit. Um, it's not the guy for kidnapping him. The guy thought he was in wartime. The guy thought he was doing the right thing. He's like, I gotta fucking stop this guy. I need some sweet 19 boy in case things go down. I don't know. It's a 19-year-old boy. I don't even care how. You can't fight your way out of this at 19. You're never getting. You know what? You should be locked up. I don't. I'm not saying I was super strong at 19, but if some man, when I heard a bunch of dudes, anything like that, one fucking guy kidnapped another fucking guy, fuck you. That's gay. There's no, you're not gonna pull me and tie me up and just keep me. Fuck off. There's no way that's happened. Omar, oh Ram, oh my God, you're a pussy. That's what I'm saying.
Omran is my piece of shit. Omer didn't run. He just went like a block and was like, I'm going to
Yeah,
hide with this old guy and pretend to be a tween.
no Ram. That's what that is.
No ran, exactly. I mean, I get it. It's a civil war. But when you think about it, what's 61 minus 26? That's 35, right? I think at
Yeah.
20, I could take a 35-year-old. It'd be tough, though. I just don't see this as like if it was an 8-year-old boy, you go, oh yeah, I get it. He kidnapped him, told him I'm your dad, now raised him. But like, you had 19 years of life. Did you just forget?
Wait, did you say they were Kenyan? Or is Terry saying it?
I think Terry's saying that they were Algerian.
Right, because they're Kenyan, he should be able to run. If he's the only guy in Kenya that can't run,
Oh,
that
then he's
stinks.
definitely a piece of shit.
And by the way, what's so civil about war anyway? Axl Rose said that once. Where was Terry? Terry, no. Earlier, I was not calling you mentally ill unless you're the media. Terry buys into the media. Is that what he does?
Maybe he
I
does,
think
but
Terry's
I
that
don't
man who
think
can.
so.
I think Terry can make his own thoughts.
Yeah, that he likes us. That's a great indication that
I
you're
think he
not.
likes you. I think he likes you. I think most of these people like you. I think you're the likable one.
That's not good about the future of this podcast.
No, that's the reason why this show's not working. That you're the likable one, and we don't have that thing people cling on to. Like, I guess I'll listen to these two white men kind of complain about the news.
Ugh. Omran, take a look at my goat. I fucking like you do.
All right, let's get happy. No war, no shootings. Let's do things the way we need to do them. Cam Newton, you know who that is, right?
Yeah, wears the fun hats, smoke cigars with
But
birds.
also, who was also an NFL football player. More important than that. And Mac Jones, football player as well, crack up over Bill Belichick dating a 23-year-old Jordan Hudson. Both say, I don't approve. A pair of Bill Belichick's former quarterbacks met on the SB red carpet and had themselves a laugh over the ex-Patriots coach's dating life. Red carpet host Cam Newton took some time to chop it up with his former teammate Mac Jones and immediately opened up with a rib at his former coach, who had been dating 23-year-old cheerleader Jordan Hudson. I have to ask this former coach, his dating choice right now. What are we doing? What are we doing? Is a tremendous question as a reporter. Do we approve? Newton opened up with Jones as the two laughed uncontrollably. I need your opinion first, Jones replied. And then, I'm like, no, I don't approve. I'm not even going to lie. But just to see him doing what he's doing is like, I'm shocked. Newton responded, hey, bro, good for him, right? It is what it is. Belichick, 72, had been dating Hudson for roughly a year, and the two recently celebrated the 4th of July together. Jones and Newton were teammates for a very short time as the Patriots re-signed the former league MVP for the 2021 season, where he competed with then rookie Jones for the starting gig. Newton was cut at the end of training camp. Jones, meanwhile, was traded to the Jaguars this offseason after getting benched multiple times by Belichick. So I'm sure they both have things to say about him. I'm great. What I learned from you, have fun with this shit, bro. Jones said to Newton, have fun with it. I'm a Jacksonville back home having fun. Newton rejoined the Panthers in 2021 and started 5 games. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Cam Newton for bringing that up? You're doing a red carpet thing for the ESPYs. Why you got to shit on your coach? I get it, you're both mad, but it's like if Belichick was there with her, then you could ask the question. But if they're not there, ask the football questions. You know what I mean? Why do you got to shit on the man? Is it Mac Jones for kind of answering the question, but going, I'll answer it if you answer it kind of deal, and leading it back to Cam? Is it Cam again for being the world's worst reporter, and then that guy going, no, the questions are for you, and going, all right, since you asked me, I'll approve it all? Is it Bill Belichick for banging somebody that young? That girl is younger than both of them. That's wild. He was their coach, and they're younger than them. That's insane. Bill Belichick's older than her dad. That's crazy shit. I've been close. I've been the same age as someone's dad, but I've never been older than their dad. That's a little wild. Is it her for dating him? She's also dated another old man before that. It doesn't seem like she's a gold digger. She's a musician that's got like some little bit of clout, but nothing huge. Pretty girl. I'm pretty sure she'd make money other ways. Maybe she just has daddy issues. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of women that have that. There's men that are willing to fill it. If two people are in love, they're spending a year together, you can say what you want. They've been together for a little bit now. If they're happy, they're happy. Or is it the ESPYs? Can we cut the shit? Who gives a fuck? No one's ever cared about the ESPYs. It's the stupidest thing. You thought it was going to catch on like the Grammys. It's dumb. It's fucking also like so fucking sided. So whoever ESPN likes, they hand their shit to. And by hiring Cam Newton, you prove you don't even give a fuck about reporters. There's plenty of other people that can do that. You literally have reporters on your staff. Who's the piece of shit in this story?
Well, I can tell you it's not Bill Belichick. She's 23. It's one thing if she's
And
18.
good looking.
It's weird if she's 18. Like at 23,
I think at his age that doesn't matter. I don't think that 5 years fucking matters, bro.
No,
I'm happy for him, but 18 or 23 don't matter.
No. Here's why it does matter to me. Like, it's not like he's going, oh, she's barely legal. Like that's 5 years. You know what I mean? There's a lot of women in that 5-year range between 18 and 23. Maybe 25 would probably be my number, somewhere in that range. That any older than that, you're fine to play ball. Like, those are adult women making decisions. Like you said, it's not like she's got no career. She's got some clout. She's a bit of a successful musician. She's got some kind of background.
See, I think if I'm 65 and I have the opportunity, like legitimate opportunity, there's a smoking hot 19-year-old girl, I'm just going to go, I'm 65. I'm never going to know what that feels like again. I'm getting that feeling.
That's your thing. I'm probably going to cut the line.
I don't know if I'd stay in a relationship, but I think it's 65. Right now, my age, almost 50, no. That right now is too young because it's too close to my kid's age. But I'm 65, 70 years old, and somehow I have the opportunity to legitimately have sex without paying for it with a very good-looking 19-year-old. I'm putting that in my obituary. Last thing I did was this week.
But that's my point. Like, even then, you still really couldn't judge the guy, and he's waited an additional 5 years. Like, there's an infinite number of women in that age range he could choose from. He's waited, so it's not him. Also, that's why you become one of the most successful coaches in history. For that exact reason, you want to bang hot 23-year-olds. For me, the piece of shit in this story is very simple. It's Cam Newton and Mac Jones. That's why you've never won a Super Bowl. That's why you aren't winning quarterbacks. You don't have the eye of the tiger. You don't understand what it takes to be great. You don't understand the greatest motivating force in the world, which is pussy. Every guy who does something, it's for a woman. It may be pussy. It may be a gay dude doing it for gay pussy, but it's still pussy is pussy. Like, that's why he's so dominant. When you're going home like, I'm going to play Madden, he's like, one day I'm going to fuck a 23-year-old at 65, and he's going to watch 5 extra minutes of film. He's going to be the GOAT because that's the driving force. Of Cam Newton, how many Super Bowls? 0. Mac Jones.
He's been at one.
No, he didn't win, though. Did he?
No, when the Panthers win, he didn't win. No,
that's my point. Like, those aren't winners.
He's an MVP, though.
Okay, an MVP and not getting 23-year-old pussy at 65. It's the difference between good and great. Heroes, Pat, they come and go. Guys like Cam Newton, Mac Jones. I thought he was the dude who dunks every year in the dunk contest. I didn't even realize he was a football player. Like, fuck both those guys. Belichick, like him or hate him, he's fucking good at what he does.
Yeah, I agree with your piece of shit. It's just, I don't think Bill Belichick was thinking about banging 23-year-olds when he became a coach. That guy's focus is so retarded. I don't think he thought about sex ever. Like, literally, I think he was just like so against that. But I think that what he has is a drive for what he wants. He gets, and he wanted to win. Now, he didn't win unless he had Tom Brady, and he never won without Tom Brady. So I'm kind of shocked he's not having a threesome with this girl and Tom Brady. Like, it feels like maybe she's like, oh, do we get to meet Tom Brady? And he's like, oh, yeah, you get to meet Tom Brady once in a while when you bang me, but you can't bang Tom Brady. She's like, all right, as long as I get to look at him and then fuck you, that'd be great. That might be the thing. But
maybe it's a love triangle. Belichick wants Brady. Brady wants the hot girl. Hot girl wants Belichick. And so he uses.
I don't think that's how that triangle works. I would think she wants Brady and Brady wants her, and then Belichick's like me. So he has drugs and drinking and wears a Tom Brady mask. But either way, she's not the piece of shit. She's happy, he's happy, whatever. Neither one of them is a piece of shit. I'm not even going to say Zach Jones is a piece of shit because he literally had to go with the question he was asked at the ESPY Awards. Cam Newton's a piece of shit for asking the fucking question. And exactly what you said. What, are you jealous? Mad that you didn't fit into the system? You thought you were going to fit in. You thought you could come in after Tom Brady and carry it on. You couldn't. It doesn't mean you're a bad quarterback. The guy's a very talented athlete, but by you bringing that up, it's just petty shit. Who gives a fuck? There's so many. So you're going to bring that up. Are you going to bring up all the NFL players who don't pay child support, all the NFL players who fucking murder people, all the NFL players who fucking fail drug tests? There's so many fucking people that got issues, but you're going to name that one fucking guy for dating a young girl? Go ahead.
Has Belichick hit her yet?
Well, I don't think we had a news story about them being together at the hitter.
Oh, okay, that's weird because it just feels like every NFL player story I hear about a man and a woman in the NFL is the man's hitting the woman in some way or another. So
Right.
it's weird how he doesn't fit that paradigm. Good point.
Why didn't he ask? Why didn't he ask Zach Jones? It's like, hey, have you ever seen that video with Adrian Peterson? That's fun. Why don't you watch that?
Yeah, you ever see Ray Rice's elevator?
Yeah, did you ever see Bill Belichick just go to the bathroom at a bar with a girl? Oh no, that's Roethlisberger. I'm sorry. Is that what is Belichick at the cover for any murder? Oh no, that's Ray Lewis. Why are we naming these people? ESPN employees, by the way, half of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, you're just hitting on an old white guy. I'm not trying to be that guy. This is race. Why you ask Zach Jones as well? How you feel? He's like, oh, that white black man hit on everybody. Married people, single people, not interested people, very not interested people. They're relentless. So why can't Bill Belichick shoot a shot literally at somebody? Girl likes it. Nothing's wrong with it. Let it go. It's not news. Why don't bring it up the fucking SPs? You got plenty of other shit to bring up to Zach Jones. Zach Jones, hey, what's it like now with Jaguars camp? What's it going to be like there? You're over there now. How's it going? What's it like being a quarterback that thought he was going to play for the Patriots and had to go somewhere else? Because I had to do that too. I had to go back to Carolina. We can compare those notes. I'm sure the two of you have fucked the same stupid whores from some town you go to on one of your Sundays when you pay for sex because you're fucking losers who have no ability to talk to people. And your dicks probably don't work because you do steroids. So fuck the both of you. Let old men fuck young women.
Like, to combine the two stories, right? Your first story, everybody's sick of like this bitter got you, my side, your side, Cam Newton's pettiness.
Right.
Like, we love people who are endearing. Who's grown to the most popular fame in sportscasting as of late, in your opinion? I'll give you a hint. He touches both of our worlds, wrestling and sports.
Pat McAfee
came out of nowhere, yeah. And it's because he truly loves the things he talks about. Now, I argue he rips off Eastside Dave all the time. He's admitted he's a fan of Ron and Fez. He knows who Dave is and clearly watches our show. But whatever. Who's the best hip-hop interviewer right now? Nardwuar. Love. Like, it's guys who show that enthusiasm. Talk to Mac Jones about football.
I can't stand Nardwuar.
But again, you're right. He's annoying, but I love him because it's truly, he has a passion for what he talks about. Even stupid YouTube interviews I watch talking about other YouTubers, the guys I like aren't the ones trying to talk about what everybody's talking. They talk about what they love, and that's what people want. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And the SB's truly missed an opportunity to find somebody who truly loves sports and put them out there talking to people. Cam Newton's going to worry about personal beef. Sorry, this is not your night. Your night to be in the SBs was years ago.
Yeah, you're such a shitty fucking athlete that you're now holding the microphone and asking people questions that no one cares about the answers.
Yeah, and everybody's wishing.
No one ever cares about the red carpet microphone person. Okay.
Absolutely. Pet.
Like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Like and subscribe. We haven't yelled that yet.
Or small animal.
Small animal.
Perfect. That's kind of what I was hoping you would choose. Did you hear the news coming out of Singapore? Now, what was funny is
no, I didn't get the Singapore news.
So this is actually big. And what was funny is
I've been singing porn my whole life.
As I was Googling the actual source for this story, literally everybody had a different bug in your dish. Like, what's that called where you fill in the blank with an adjective and a noun?
Mad Libs?
Yeah, it was a Mad Lib of insect type and dish here. So we settled on locust in your noodles.
Yeah.
Singapore approved 16 insect species as food. From locusts to superworms to honeybees, Singapore has approved 16 species of insects for human consumption. With immediate effect, SFA will allow the import of insects and insect products belonging to species that have been assessed to be of low regulatory concern, the Singapore Food Agency said in a statement. I can only assume that's what SFA stood for instead of so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
The agency said the following
Or
list of
stupid fucking asshole.
exactly. The agency said the following list of approved bugs can be imported for both human consumption and animal feed for producing animals. And I was thinking, kind of given that Mad Lib situation, if I gave you one, could you give me a dish we would find it in?
No.
No. Okay. Never mind then. It's the Western honeybee, the silkworm, lesser wax moth, honeycomb moth,
What's the lesser wax moth?
I don't know any of these. Giant.
No, that's insulting. Why did I have to go lesser?
There's, dude, have you seen the greater wax moth? It probably fucks you.
No, that's fucking mean. This is wax moth. This is lesser wax. Okay.
Well, hang on a second, dude, because good news. The honeycomb moth, also known as the greater wax moth.
So this is the 3/5 wax moth.
You're like, you're the one that sucks.
Yeah, this one can't vote.
Mealworm, lesser mealworm, superworm beetles, giant worm beetle, king mealworm, grasshopper sun, the American desert locust, the African migratory locust. I like to keep those two separate but equal. The black field
cricket. They're always hitting on the fat white locust.
The common field cricket. The banded cricket and the house cricket.
Oh, the common field cricket. I've heard that slur before.
Some local restaurants and retailers have already made plans to add insects to their offerings. Sustainability-focused gastrobar Fura said it would feature insect proteins on it following the approval. Insect Yums celebrated the approval and said it would import and distribute and sell a range of edible insects. Singapore's food agency acknowledged that the country's insect industry is nascent. I don't know what that means. And that critters are a new food item in the city-state. But in announcing the framework for edible imports, the SFA emphasized its priority was ensuring safety. The guidelines stipulate that insects cannot be harvested from the wild and must be manufactured in regulated premises. So who's the piece of shit in this? Is it Singapore for eating bugs and proving Terry right, who's ahead for the Husey Award in my book? Is it people who think this is a good thing? Like, yes, I get it. Could be a sustainable food, or you're eating bugs. Is it people who think we aren't already eating bugs? Is it people who are super against this and not giving it a shot because it's like, at the end of the day, what's the difference between a bug and a chicken? I don't know. Other than like DNA.
A lot.
Like, yeah. No,
yeah.
Trust me. I'm
like
not on that side. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Is it me for just clearly paying this story so we could shit on people eating insects? Pat, who do you got as your piece of shit?
Well, first of all, it's the people that didn't give it the name Edible Arrangements. Like, that's the name for this company. It's gross. But it's any white people that are going to entertain this. That's the problem. Why is white people jump in? You know what it is? Remember that bald? What the fuck was his name? Remember that bald guy that would be on like the Travel Network and he'd go around? It was like Anthony something, Andrew something.
Oh, I thought it was Bert and Bert Kreischer.
No, this was entertaining. It was like Andrew Zimmerman, possibly. I think his name was. And he'd go around and he would This is before, like, after Rose was like, he would eat like the exotic weird thing, but he would eat the fucking bugs all the fucking time. And when that happened, white people were like, "Oh, it's a delicacy." So shut the fuck up. Stop telling me that when I burp, it's a compliment to the chef. Stop telling me that when I fart, it's a way to tell you the seafood's good. Stop letting me to eat bugs. Why do they eat bugs over there? Because they're bug eaters. That's what the fuck they do. They're scrounging. It's what they fucking are. I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying we moved here for a reason. We got away from all that shit. We came over here so we don't eat bugs. Stop doing it. We shouldn't even be hearing about this. And I know it's happening over there and not here, but it will happen over here. And there'll be restaurants popping up because white people need to fucking pretend like they're fucking on board with other people's shit. And now, next thing you know, I'm eating a lesser fucking moth or a fucking equal to or greater than fucking centipede. And I don't need any of that shit. White people, stop trying to fucking make this stuff cool. Because we're the ones with the money, and we're the ones who say it's okay. So then, therefore, some Singaporean guy's like, "Yeah, that's the bug, Mr. Whitey." I'm like, "Thanks." And I pour a barbecue sauce on it, and I don't give a fuck. It's white people.
I see where you're coming from, and I don't disagree
Yeah.
that they may be the force behind it that's pushing it forward. I was actually Googling to see if there was an insect bar near me in New York City, because if anywhere in the United States already has one, it's here.
Yeah.
Or California, one of the two. And now, I mean, some would say Chinatown in general, you're getting bugs in your food, but that's just racist. I see, here's my thing. I get where you're coming from. Like, it should be the people at the top, right, that are stopping. Like, you should stop the ideology being pushed. But
Yeah.
that's never going to happen. And we've talked about a bunch of stories so far, and with the exception of mine about the weird gay fetish thing going on in Algeria, the moral of the story has been, at the human level, be the change you want to see in the world. Don't eat bugs. So for me, the piece of shit, if this fails in Singapore, it's not going to come to the United States. So put your foot down. Don't eat bugs. Demand real lab.
Yeah, don't franchise this.
No, exactly. Like, if you stop it at the grassroots level, it's not hitting. Like, tell the ideology no. Punch back into the machine. Kiss a man.
Yeah, we don't need IckDonalds.
Some would say we already have it.
Yeah. Hello, Scott Fitzpatrick. How are you, sir? Hope things are going well in your life. Happy you can join us. I got well, we've been cruising through today. I think I'm kind of happy. I hate to be a dick, but I'm happy this is gonna be about an hour. I got more shit to do. But anyway,
You've got what? One more, and I've got one more. Or do you have two?
yes, yeah, that's how it starts. So yeah, angry Euro 2024 fans stranded after burning smell engulfs plane's cabin. The crew warns them against filming for TikTok. Written by our boy Ben Cost, so you know it's gonna have news in it.
TikTok on the clock.
Ben Cost did do a fucking wacky beginning sentence. It's not normally him, but I like it. They raised the stink. It stunk.
Oh, good for him.
It's not bad. He tells right away. And by the way, real quick,
Very cost.
I have to ask you this. Yeah, this is a side note thing, but I use the word stinks a lot. I use it a lot. It's just in everyday life, that person stinks, this stinks, things like that. Do you think stink is a child's way of talking? Or just something we don't use anymore?
I mean, for me, when I hear somebody say stinks, I think Jim Norton right away. He stinks. And like, it's what he was able to say on radio. You're a radio guy. For me, that makes sense. I don't think it's childlike. It's not like, oh,
yeah, I don't really say it on radio, and I didn't even know Jim Norton says it. I just my whole life, I'm like, that guy stinks, or that stinks. Yeah, that guy. I always say stinks on ice is a big one. I say a lot.
That one's a little closer because it's almost like a generation younger added the adjective. So like the old generation was like, that's cool, that stinks, that's the shit. Now it's like,
that's older than me. Like, stinks on ice was not something when I was growing up. I don't even know where I heard it from. I just say it.
Oh, actually, that I know the origin of that. That goes all the way back to using ice to freeze your meat.
Oh,
and it would
be. Oh no, I know where it comes from.
Yeah. Like that was an insult. Like it was just literally like your vagina smells like the rotten meat.
Yeah, I knew where it came. I was saying I don't know where I personally got it from. It was like people in my life were saying things on ice, and then I took it from them. I just started saying it a while back. I was
No, but it's
asking because
more
I had
just
someone recently tell me it was a childish way of talking. I'm like, all right, well, you stink now for talking to me. Anyway,
Does
angry
that
UK
person
soccer
also
fans
do
claim.
drugs in the most childlike form where it's like gummy bears and nerds ropes? And because that's my favorite, where it's like, you need to
No,
grow up as they're shoveling their mouth full of gummy bears. And you're like, I don't think you understand what growing up means.
no, this person's actually pretty grown up. So, unfortunately, and UK soccer fans claim they were stranded in Berlin, Germany, without assistance after a Eurowings flight was diverted due to a mysterious burning smell. The mile-high mishap occurred Monday morning while Eurowings flight EW8470, future scoring at home, was flying from Berlin to Manchester, UK, per the Independent. Many of the 100 passengers on board had attended the Euro 2024 final on Sunday evening, during which Spain beat England 2-1. The Airbus A319 had been in the air for several minutes when the captain informed the passengers on the intercom that they had to return to the German capital due to a warning light flashing on the motherboard, according to Manchester passenger Gareth Davies. This trip to nowhere went from bad to worse after a smell of burning entered the cabin upon arrival, the passengers told the Independent. Despite the seemingly alarming odor, the crew members claimed there was no reason to panic. We were told not to worry about the fire engines, our luggage, and not to take photos or videos because we don't want to be on TikTok. An air emergency was declared, a standard procedure to obtain a prioritized landing, Eurowings representative in a statement to the Post. The airline said that a subsequent investigation by the fire brigade revealed that there was neither a fire or smoke in the cabin. There was no danger to passengers or crew at any time. Unfortunately, their odyssey had only just begun. When the passengers disembarked, the aircraft returned to the terminal. There reportedly were no Eurowings staffers to assist them, only passport checkers. We hadn't been told what happened next. We all went through the passport control. People had no clue about their checked bag, and many exited the baggage hall. I only had carry-ons, one guy said. Davies implored Eurowings for help on X, writing, "Will you kindly provide someone to speak to us about what to do next?" Ridiculous. So we couldn't find a person, so we went on fucking Twitter and wrote it hoping they'd answer on Twitter. Just fucking talk about baby stuff. That's the best. A representative replied, "Please go to our Eurowings counter at the airport so that our colleagues will help you with your rebooking and other questions. Our colleagues will be happy to help." However, Davies claimed in a subsequent X post that there wasn't a Eurowings counter at Berlin Airport. There is an airline assistant Switzerland counter that is kindly trying to help everyone, the incensed passenger fumed. "No Eurowings employees here. Please arrange for a Eurowing employee to come to Berlin Airport to assist us." Eurowings reps told the Post that an alternate flight for the affected passengers. A spokesperson added that the guests were informed accordingly and provided with food vouchers at Berlin Airport. "We apologize for any inconvenience caused to our guests. Despite limited capacity due to the high summer vacation volume and the return traffic at yesterday's European Championship final, we did our utmost to provide our passengers with the fastest possible." What the fuck happened? Oop, everything right? All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm
We
here.
fucked up
Sorry,
for a
sorry,
minute.
sorry. I was trying to catch up my
No, my
audio.
whole no, my whole screen went out. Yeah. The passengers with the fastest possible care, the carrier added. Who is the piece of shit in the story? Is it the passengers for bitching and moaning? It happens. It's plain. So Louis C.K. made a great joke about it. We get so crazy with this. We get upset. Giant fines in the sky. If your car has a warning engine light on it, you ignore it. At least this guy didn't fucking ignore it. He got back down. Yeah, they have everything set up for it? No, sorry. In the 7 minutes they were in the air and came back down, they didn't have a plan right away. Decided to get one. Isn't the passengers for whining and complaining about it? Is that one certain passenger, Davies, for fucking going on about, "I'm going to go to Twitter and fucking get help." It's like, dude, just let them do their job. What are you trying to get someone fired? Fuck you. Is it Euro European fucking championships? Fuck you. No one cares. I know they say they do. I think European countries just pretend to like soccer to make us mad. I don't think they really like it. I think they want us to say football. We're not saying football. No matter what you're doing, I don't care how popular your individuals are. Football makes more money than your stupid soccer. I don't care. Fuck you, because our money's better, even when it's not. You. Or is it Eurowings for not having a fucking setup in a place where they said they had a setup? They're like, "Oh, come to Berlin in the airport. We got you one." The guy's like, "Not even one here." It's dumb. Who's a piece of shit?
For me, the piece of shit has to be Germany. Like, I get what you're saying. Relax, you're going to get home eventually. But Germany's done some things in the past that make anybody very concerned
But
about
they made
traveling.
up for it. They've got engineering now. They try their best. They got bratwurst. The beer is good.
Right, but if we were playing Canada in soccer, right, and there was a flight going out of JFK and it was a problem, we just put them on a train. You can't do that in Germany. People get antsy about smoke smells on a train in Germany. So for
Not
matches
young people.
Germany, no, they do. They still get very nervous. I'm a big fan
I
of
mean,
it.
if they made them take all their shoes off and line them up first, yeah.
They gave them like a little yellow voucher tag that let them go into certain areas where they could sleep in the airport and wait for the next flight out. I get it. They just weren't allowed to leave that area.
But the voucher, it wasn't a tag, Bobby. It was a stencil they put on their arm.
Oh, that's just more convenient. Tag might fall
Yeah.
off by accident.
They said, do you need my name? You don't have a name anymore. They're like, what?
For me, the piece of shit's anybody who traveled internationally to go watch the Euro Cup. The Olympics is next summer. What are you doing? World Cup's in 2 summers. There's bigger events to go see. Shut the fuck up. You chose to go see soccer. Your life should be a little miserable. Like, things are good enough that you're able to travel to see your country play in the Euro Cup finals. Should be a little rough getting back. Life goes on and on and on.
To me, and I agree with you, that should be a piece of shit story, but one guy stood out to me. Whoever the fucking guy is who's answering Eurowings Twitter. Because then he's like, no, sorry. I'd be like, dude, chill. We know the play just went. I would have been like Wendy's. Fucking chill. You're going to be all right. Go to a counter. You know, it's like, but then he probably panicked and he's like, what do I tell the guy? Because, I don't know, tell him to go to the Eurowings counter. Then Marcel goes, the guy says there isn't one. What do we do? It's like, I don't know, grow up. Who cares? Stop answering the internet. Maybe we do that. Like when people write bad comments about me or the podcast or people I know, I don't answer anymore because who cares? I don't have to. It's not a thing. Yeah, I know you work for the airlines, but you work for the airline's Twitter account. If they need help with the airline, they get it at the airline. That's where they go. The guy literally was just trying to go over the heads of other employees. You're kind of fucking your employees over while being a dumbass. So fuck you. You don't even have a real job. You're the Twitter guy for Eurowings. Go eat cock.
I like what you're saying. Even the Twitter guy for the alternative rival company could have done a better job by being like, head over to our desk. We'll be happy to help you.
Yeah, come on over here to Euro Tits. We got what you need.
We got what you need. But you say it's just a plane.
Now we're more like Euro going nowhere. That's what we are. All right. You got one more, or you want to save it for a rainy day? Oh, you there?
Oh, can you see the picture I shared with you? I'm sorry. Do you
Oh,
think we should do that one or not? Oh, okay.
Oh no, we can do it. You didn't respond, so I was like, because it looks like our internet's being kind of goofy. Yeah, it's off. Let's do it.
All right. So, Pat, the police driver who hit the cow has been removed from duty. I know you've been worried
about.
Oh God, the BBC's not as good as the Post. It doesn't do that pun. The police driver of a responsible vehicle who hit an escaped cow on a suburban street has been removed from the frontline duties. Surrey Police has stated an initial investigation into the incident and has referred to itself as Police Complaints Watchdog. Deputy Chief Nev Kemp said, at the time the officer was driving the police car has been removed from the frontline duties pending the outcome of these investigations. The owner of the 10-month-old calf said the social media footage on the incident was very painful viewing and it should have been handled in a better manner. Surrey Police has faced criticism over its handling of the incident. The cow, called Bo Lucy, escaped from Stainsmore and was hit twice by a police car on Raleigh Road. The animal's owner, Rob, who did not wish to give his surname, said, I think the video speaks for itself. It was quite horrific. I don't understand why the police didn't use a dart. If they used a tranquilizing dart, the animal would have calmed right down and gone over. If they needed to get a halter on or restrain it. He said Bo Lucy is a lot better and recovering well, but added, time will tell because we don't know what internal injuries she has. So there's always promise when there's that. Mr. Kemp said, I know there is much concern about the current welfare of the cow. She is now back with her owner and recuperating with the herd. She did sustain a large cut on one of her legs. She continues to be monitored by a vet, and our rural officers are staying in contact with the owner for updates. He said, I fully appreciate the distress of handling this incident. He added, in addition to the internal referral to our professional standards department, we have referred the matter to the IOPC, which is the Independent Office for Police Conduct. I have also briefed the Home Office of what action we are taking, and we are liaising with several animal charities that we have been in touch with about the incident. The police and crime commissioner said there's much speculation on social media. I would ask everyone to allow this time to properly be reviewed rather than speculating and causing unnecessary additional stress and concern within the community. Now, I know the question you're asking before I ask who's the piece of shit, right, Pat? What's that question? Do I have the video?
No.
And the answer is I sure do. Let's watch this cow
what's
get hit by a car. Oh, let's watch this ad.
Mr. President, Clive Murray, pleasure to meet you.
It is to act in the public interest, to provide impartial talk and information.
Extremely active.
Normally there's a skip button, isn't there?
Curiosity is one of the driving forces of mankind.
Very emotional.
Mankind.
Here we go. God, they drug their feet.
Big black.
Oh, no, don't do this to me. There we go. Maybe we'll keep it small.
I can't see shit. But
It's in the middle of this.
I know we have to. That's okay.
Oh. Yeah, it really wasn't that good. I probably should have screened the video before sharing it. My bad. Who's your piece of shit?
No worries.
Is it, as Terry Nee said, the Indians for the riot that's happening over this right now? Boy, I can't wait for the India versus England cricket match. Shit's going to be intense. Is it the cow? What are you doing? Cows don't play.
Why? Because it's raining?
That'd be funny.
That's why it's intense.
One big smelly tent to cover the whole field. Sorry, I think our timing threw off our tags on each other's jokes there. I apologize. I didn't mean to step all over that. That was very good.
That's fine. No worries.
Is it? Oh, now I'm just seeing nothing. Oh, sorry. Is it my internet for being so terrible today? This is the second one that this has been a problem with. Is it the cow? Like, you're a cow. You don't belong on the road. You belong in the forest. Is it the police officer? Get the SUV version and hit the cow. Like, you got a tiny smart car. You're not supposed to hit cows with that. You hit them with the trucks or SUVs. Pat, who is your piece of shit?
It's anyone that's making this a big deal. I hate to say this, but deers get hit by cars every fucking day 1,000,000 times and no one cares. Ever. And then, like, cows get hit, like, once. And we're like, oh, my God. Like, people smash so many animals in their car. There's certain animals that are like, oh, it's a cow or it's a guy. Oh, it's terrible. And who cares? We have cars. We're not supposed to have them anyway. They're big, giant, scary weapons that are over, like, 2 tons. They're going to smash things sometimes. Sometimes we smash a cow.
For me, it's actually the police. You chased this cow for hours. Hours it took you to chase this cow down. Come on. What are we doing? What do we train for? There isn't like a cow simulating.
Well, they're not trained. They're definitely not trained for cow chasing.
Well, then it seems like it's a lack of training by the police department. So I would say the government's the piece of shit. And that's my story here.
Well, there you go. And I think because our internet's getting goofy, whatever, this should be our story at our time. But it was a good, fun story. I would like to go farther on it. But thank you, everyone that watched today, especially Ricky Smith at the beginning, Scott Fitzpatrick for jumping in, Terry Nee, all our other friends that jumped in there today. Anyone that didn't jump in, we appreciate you. And we'll be back here tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time with another POS. Make sure that you go over to the Patreon and subscribe there to join the Patreon. Because if you do, then you get to see Thursday Thoughts. And I have a new logo for that one, too, and a new background. And, we'll get the cover. It's a fun show that only is on Patreon. So you can check that one out Thursdays. And make sure you get tickets because they're starting to move a little bit. Move on over to comicsroadhouse.com. Get your tickets to see my album recording. Me and Bobby will be there August 8th, 9th, and 10th. If you choose the show you want to go, we'll be recording all of them. Like and subscribe, please, and thank you. And Bobby,
If you can't beat them, or if you can't join them, beat them, and don't be.